guys and girls, Struderz here, and I'm back with another video. And today I am going to be talking about the prospect of the next Call of Duty installment in 2017. So let's just touch on obviously this installment first. So the 2016 installment. Of course, we got Infinite Warfare with the Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, I think personally the Modern Warfare Remastered is a fantastic game. I just think that they have marketed it incorrectly, and I don't think they've been able to make good use of the revenue that they potentially could have got. On the other hand, I do feel that they may have felt that the Infinite Warfare sales would have been absolutely appalling if they were not to include the remastered version of Modern Warfare. Purely because I think that's what the majority of people were looking forward to. Although I have heard that a few people have started to warm towards the Infinite Warfare installment. However, I still think that the majority of people are quite against it, and that does show in the sales. Sales have dropped significantly. I think it was something like 50% in the first week compared to Black Ops 3, which obviously is a major down point. Although they didn't lose 50% of their revenue purely because everyone had to pay so much more money because most people wanted the remastered version as well. So you know, essentially what they've managed to do is reskin a game that they've already made and charge an extra £30 on top, which is kind of shitty, I guess. But at the same time, I'm an old school player. I'm 22 now, so my heyday was COD 4 and those sort of games around that time, and I love this game. They have done a good job of it, to be fair. Obviously, it's still not you know, as crazy looking as maybe something that they would make this sort of time, you know. But it's still good. It looks a lot better, especially the campaign. That looks amazing. But I don't know, like, it's still not really worth the amount of money we had to pay. I got quite lucky because my local store was actually selling it for £16 less than what it was retailing at. So actually, I didn't pay full whack, which obviously a lot of people did. Anyway, so 2017, obviously what we need to look at is who's going to be making the next game. And if it's to stay on the same rotation, which I believe it is, it would be Sledgehammer. The people who made Infinite Warfare, not Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare. The ones that started all this jumping around rubbish, you know? Anyway, so, yeah. Basically, the question is, will we be seeing another remastered game? Or is this going to be a one-off thing? To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be a one-off thing, and I'll tell you why. Because if it wasn't for this remastered game, Modern Warfare Remastered, the sales would have, the amount of money they would have made would have been terrible. And I think now they feel like the only way they're really going to keep their sales up is to remaster their old games, which is kind of sad, really, if you think about it. You really need to remaster your old games just to keep your sales up. You know, that is quite poor, really, and quite worrying. But at the same time, you know, our old school players, you can't say no to a remastered COD 4 or a remastered Modern Warfare 2. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we love those games and they are awesome. You know, there's not much wrong with them. They are brilliant. But it does beg the question, you know, what does that say about their current games, the quality of their current games, when they feel like they're having to remaster a game just to make you buy it? Because obviously they're not selling it individually, and I don't know if they're going to eventually, but it's still a bit of a shambles, I think, that the fact that you do have to buy a legacy version, which is obviously way more expensive than a standard game, just to get the remaster. But you know, it's all sales, and I'm sure most of us are smart enough to understand that. But you know, people are going to buy it anyway. That's just how it is. But the 2017 next installment, I believe, will definitely almost have to have a remaster with it, because Sledgehammer, what are they going to be producing? Are they going to suddenly just do another random game? because their last game, of course, was Advanced Warfare, another game which people didn't like really. But what are they going to do? Just pump out another random Call of Duty, or are they going to carry on their Advanced Warfare installment? Is it going to be number 2? I don't know, but it would seem a bit silly for them to have to make another game just because they think people aren't going to like it. Now, I think the most logical way of thinking about it is that they're going to do Advanced Warfare 2. People are going to say, oh, I don't want that, I don't like it. But they're going to do a remaster, and that's going to make you buy it. And it's going to make you pay more money. It's brilliant. It's a win-win, isn't it, surely? They're going to love that. And you know what? Most of us are going to like it as well, because we love the remastered old games. And we can't say no to it. So really, I think what's going to happen is we're probably going to get an Advanced Warfare 2 and a remastered version of it, of one of the old games. Now, I do believe they actually assisted in the making of Modern Warfare 3. So, it would make sense probably to get involved in remastering another Modern Warfare. Now, of course, this isn't going to be Modern Warfare 3. Not only is it fairly recent, it just simply wouldn't make sense to remaster the first Modern Warfare and then the third. So that leaves us with the second, probably the most successful, popular Call of Duty ever to be released, Modern Warfare 2. Now, I think that is the most likely outcome if there is to be a next remastered version of a game. And I do believe it will be more of a hit than Call of Duty 4, purely because I think Modern Warfare 2 has the biggest fan base by quite a margin, really. Obviously, there's still a lot of people that like COD 4, but I do believe, obviously, a lot of the people who are around 14, 15 years old at the time are, of course, well into their 20s now. And although the gaming generation of players are getting older, because you don't just stop playing games, of course, other people have other commitments with job, children, etc. So it's not going to be as a big of a hit with the older people because there just simply might not be the people with the consoles. So, of course, if they do remaster Modern Warfare 2 next year, then they've basically caught up a year. Because obviously Modern Warfare 2 came out 2 years later than COD 4. So they might be catching up with the people who played the franchises in the old one. So that's going to be good for them, probably because there's going to be more sales. So yeah, it just, for me, seems to be the logical thing in 2017 in terms of sales, because they need to try hard to revive their franchise, which is dying, and we can't deny it. Of course, Black Ops was a good hit as well, but if you was to ever ask anyone what were the best games, it would either be Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2 probably, and these games are quite old now. That was quite a long time ago. So, it's just, I think that's what's going to happen, guys. It's going to be a Modern Warfare 2 remaster, I think. I'm sure a lot of us would be very happy to see it as well, and it's certainly going to help keep their sales revenue up. It's definitely going to be probably more of a hit than this version, purely because Infinite Warfare was the most disliked game, especially prior to the release. I mean, the dislikes it got on YouTube was incredible. No one wanted to give it a chance, and I don't blame them. We're quite sick of them not listening. Now, you could say this is an example of them listening, but then they took the advantage of including it in the Legacy Edition and having to make us pay more. But I think we're going to have to get used to that, guys. If we're going to want remasters more, I think it's still going to be included as a deluxe edition. We're always going to have to pay more. That's just how it's going to be. But yeah, I think Modern Warfare 2 is definitely going to be the next in the pipeline, purely because of the makers and the fact that they're going to need to keep the revenues up. And like I say, what else are they going to do in the main game? Are they going to do an Advanced Warfare 2, or are they just going to do something completely random again, which everyone's going to hate? Of course, not many people liked Advanced Warfare, but there's going to be some people that do. So some people will just want to play number 2 anyway. Of course, I think it does appeal more to the younger generation anyway, especially with all the faster paced. I think a lot of people in the younger generation aren't quite used to the boots on the ground, slower paced of the game. You know, bar shipment, of course. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, that's what it's going to be. And going on beyond 2017, of course, we're probably going to see more remasters. Purely because I think they need to. Unless they start suddenly coming out with these amazing games that people want to play, and then they don't feel like they have to do remaster anymore. But I don't think that's going to happen. Not anytime soon. So after a Modern Warfare 2 remaster, we'll probably see a World at War remaster as well. And whenever, I can't quite remember the years of exactly when each maker releases each game, but a World at War 2 with a World at War remaster just makes absolute perfect marketing sense, and people will absolutely love the idea of that. Although, at the same time, World at War 2, no one's going to turn their nose up at World War 2. I mean, that's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to love the thought of that anyway. So, they might not feel like they need to remaster World at War, but at the same time, if they do both at the same time, what a package that would be, what a punch that would blow, and the sales will probably be one of the best ever, to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to struggle for sales at all if they did something like that. It will certainly be competing on the likes of when Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 were actually released. You know, when so many people were online at once. So yeah, that's basically my take, guys. I think we're going to see remasters a lot more. Especially with the Call of Duty franchise. It just seems like it's the only way forward for them at the moment to keep up with the revenues. And being the age I am, I kind of want to see the remasters, but at the same time, it's quite sad the fact that they have to do it. And I'm sure you guys agree. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment in the section below, and just tell me what you guys think. Do you think that they need to do the remasters all the time? Did you wish that they just make a new game that everyone would actually like? You know, what's going on in these guys' heads? You know, I want to know what you guys think as well. So, you know, just let me know. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll be very appreciative if you do. And also subscribe. I've got plenty of content out, guys. Check my channel out. There's a various amount of games that I play, mainly Call of Duty, but just check it out, guys. Give me a chance, and I hope you like it. Anyway, guys, my name is Struderz. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.